So here we go. Let's go ahead and get the game launched. Why not? I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I am afraid there is still work to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, it would seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites. And that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something? Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the ultimate weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more through the etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Enio? Oh, Barrett Light, thank you for that raid. Welcome. How are you doing? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Tancred. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Enio. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger. That I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead, I cause you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Tancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Orianker has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at the disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power and plunge into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Tancred now returned, the Woods do well to seek his counsel. Enio, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Enio. My lady, the gentleman for Ashgana export has just left. I understand why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Hi. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Bilzar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dressed it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Science of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldesion colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Recall you are meeting with the Admiral? Shortly after the Laminsons sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict that which she herself had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begeets power, and power fortune. That we, especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is, what to do with it? You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Al Amigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Enio. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. You wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances do not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ulda now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. It's a lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Does not prudence dictate that those with power prefer aid with one hand whilst the other rested over ever on their hilt? Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunate so finite. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Enio. Alfinaud, Enio, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ulda. We must do what? So long as we remain within Uldan territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Iterite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ulda is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Reverence Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ulta and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ulda is our home. Alfinaud, to cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 or that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alfinaud. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Enio. Pray attend to Alphinaud. He's engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphinaud waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it! She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamine was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Sharlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth. But as Flamine's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamine is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Eliud, has sent word that a woman matching the songster's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If he could succeed on tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Sonosia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Jijiruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikotim muse, why have you forsaken me? The Titan's Bane! I mean, Enio, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamine? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Ye gods, man. If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy. West? Is it? Thank you, Master Jijiruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses we might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Well, if it isn't Enio, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due. But her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings. You understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer, given that I could smell the woman from a mile away. I dare say he could smell her from 10. Eh? You want to know if I've seen a Miko tail lass by the name of Flamine? Why, wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. See, you have had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Enio. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating. yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Oh, a hoary Gobu. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gobu's ire until it was too late. The arrows can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Fleming, I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Volda, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Acelia, is looking for you. Acelia? You are the very picture of health, my lady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of La Nocia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we've all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Famin has made her peace and is ready to know the adopted daughter. Oh, that's cute. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Antecedent? You have a guest. Lamin? Acelia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Enio. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay away as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acelia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Salsetia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Enio, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Enio. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamigan resistance. My father was a member of the Alamigan resistance. Terrestrial Rage, welcome. How are you doing? Terrestrial, welcome aboard. I'm just having a fun time dubbing this story. So Terrestrial, just to answer your question, I'm on Famfrit. Famfrit. So this is the server that I'm in. Good to see you, Terrestrial. So right now we are approaching Heavensward, if I'm not mistaken. I have to do some secondary quests along the way, but we're having a fun time. How are you doing, Terrestrial? Great to see you. Okay, let's continue with this story. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it might entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. I mean, you built it once, Acelia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Off and out. The time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldizion. Preparations begin at once. How she has grown since we last spoke. She puts me to shame with her accomplishments, and for that I am full glad. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives here. Where if not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support. Sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with just matters, antecedent. Really, laughing out, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphinaud, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the signs of the Semidonian in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am such mistaken, you are the one known as Enio, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking a few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again here along. Well, well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, Enio. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended? But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Ah, Enio, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Opinout has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here! Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Science of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Hooray! A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Rauban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that this is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Science of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Yay. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes. But in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have failed primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be a great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again. United as one! There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamin to teach me the basics of mining too. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphinaud, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I'd expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaftborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent as well, Enio. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Enio. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. I jest! Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. You may get a bit ruckus at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. You have received grim tidings from Grenadia, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? I can't say I'm a privy to the details, but it would appear that this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the XL have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come too so soon. You have reason to believe that another primal, or an intended entity resembling one, has been summoned in Grenadia. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Enio. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed here along. If there be truth in my suspicions, there's a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Do I yet hope the Muggles guard beyond such follies? Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Helios. He awaited thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Grenadia, Enio. I and Papaluma will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. A pleasure to see you as always, Enio. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Not long ago, the Moggle Kuplo Kopp visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moggle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from the Kuplo Kopp himself. He awaits with you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Sand. Please, you have to stop them! But you mustn't kill them! They're not bad Moogles, Kupo! They're just misguided! A gentle, no, firm trashing is in order, yes, but no! Calm yourself, Kuplo Kopp. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Enio, and upon such short notice. Truly, Grenadia could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kopp has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moggle Mark XII has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he's a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moggle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moggles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine. Kuplo! In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moggles. So good King Moggle Mog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kuplo. The realm of a man would suffice, he said, so all the Moggles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moggle Mog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kuplo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held, while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moggles came to this land, Kuplo. All of us except good King Moggle XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone remained in the heavens, so that Moggle kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea. The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moggle Mog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moggles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half a decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you, who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moggles Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Moggles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders. But ever since the return of good King Moggle Mog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love. They've started to get a little carried away, Kuplo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the self-summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moggles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Moggle kind, but to Grenadier as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Enio, confront good King Moggle Mog XII and drive him from our midst. Yeah. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Moggle's Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Welcome, Enio. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Moggle Mog the 12th is of great comfort to me and to the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Muggles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. The wards bearing access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The selfsame method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians, who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kopp confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Muggles Guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Muggles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplo Kopp's keystones, Enio. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I'm certain he will yield. So, how will you do it, Kuplo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kuplo. Take the ferry to Sweet Loom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Don't you dare lie to me, Kuplo. I know what you are planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kuplo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this LSN? Imperials, Grenadians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kuplo. Traitor to his king's Muggles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough! Kuplo Kopp will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moggle Mog the 12th. May he reign forevermore, Kuplo. The king is planning to purge the 12's of his enemies, Kuplo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kuplo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, Moggle's Guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kuplo. Escort Kuplo Kopp safely to the ward entrance. Should you fail to defend him or move too far away, he will return to Civil Beer. We'll be rendezvous with him if we try again. Oh, we got ourselves an escort mission. Assassin's Creed escort mission is the worst. Funny thing, AC, I never played Assassin's Creed either. I mean, I've seen gameplay, but I never actually played it. I've been playing this game for 50 plus hours now at AC, and this is the very first escort mission. I'm not spoilers, AC, but this is the very first escort mission. We're here, Kuplo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kuplo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you tune to an Aetheryte, Kuplo. I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kuplo. Now go and teach those foolish Muggles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Here we go. Let's see what we got. This is a main scenario quest we have to go through to progress through the game. Kuplo, who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventurers, I wager. Muggle's Guard, to arms! Defend the king, Kuplo. Alright, here we go. Let's see how difficult this thing is. That was a little too easy. Okay, palm burner. Alright. Kuplo Koji. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Who's next? I don't know about you, AC, but do you find these Kuplis intimidating? Do you find these things intimidating? For me, it's not intimidating at all. They're kind of cute. Even though they're trying to kill us, but they're kind of adorable. Definitely not AC. Well, you're in luck because if you don't play this game, if you're never planned to play this game, AC, at least you get to see the story unfold here. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Ooh, okay, Shaggy Song is next. I never played this. I don't know what happens here, so I'm just going along for the ride here. Okay. Who's next? What? Okay. Okay. That was interesting. Wow. So you have to kill these little guys first. Okay, got it. Ooh, watch out for that aerial attack. Where am I going? Ooh. Oh, I almost died there. Whoa, I almost died there. Alright. Watch out for that aerial attack. Okay, watch out for those. Okay. You have to kill these little guys here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, almost half of our party died. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Half of our party just died. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this one. Yeah. We only got, we got one tanker and 2 healers still alive. I don't know if they can be able to revive me because they're so focused on killing. Okay, here we go. Raise. We can now revive. All right, here we go. Let's get that. Let's get this last one here. Let's focus on this minion here. All right. Hey, feels good, man, Jinmi. It's good to see you. How are you doing, Genevieve? Welcome to this little show here. It's my first time going through this boss here, so here we go. How you doing, Genevieve? My first time going through this little boss here. We're struggling, but we're doing good. All right. Come here, you. Okay, come here. Okay, we can do this. Okay. Mitigation ability. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we made a comeback, Genevieve. Yeah, we did it. We did it. Oh, I kind of feel bad for these guys. Oh. Oh. And by the way, Genevieve. Oh, hey, cutscene. You did it, Kuplo! You did it! Good King Moggle the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moggle's guard when you did. Thank you, Enio. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kuplo. She's with Raya-O at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moggle the 12th? May his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? Oh, all Mugglekind owes you a debt, Kuplo. Ah, and I sense Raya-O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service to the Twelveswood and her Muggles shall not be forgotten, Enio. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Sand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Enio, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Muggles don't worship him. For one thing, he's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective fate, the Muggles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Ashians, 'tis whole business reeks of their handiwork. They said there was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Grenadier has no shoulders of masked man, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons to steer the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames. Ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Enio. Already, the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. Please extend my personal thanks to the antecedent, along with my best wishes for the Scion's forthcoming move. You don't have to worry about the Moggle's Guard anymore, Kuplo. The Chieftain made them apologize in front of absolutely everyone. And just to be sure, we're keeping a close eye on them too. Thanks to the Elder Seedseer's generous donation, the Rising Stones may actually be worth leaving the Waking Sands for. This business has taught us much, and the antecedent must needs be informed of our findings. Pray leave matters here to us and return to the Waking Sands. It is good to see you hale and healthy, Enio. I received word from Ida and Papalumo that you had felled good King Moggle Mog the 12th, but I'd hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Ascians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Enio. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Visper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly. But on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Enio. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. Thou art ever welcome, Enio, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. This through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Enio. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength, and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhaps it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Oh! Whence came that cry? The solar, to forfend, the antecedent. You must. Tell me, Loiseau, would you have done the same? Loiseau Le Veilleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian? Here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who? You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... What are... Ready when you are, my lady. There's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see as we are, rather than this crude approximation. Lahabria did not think so highly of the echo. Lahabria is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be one of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait! Stay where you are! Oh! Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? The mystery deepens. I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Ranger, send word to the students about Dizyon. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to Dacian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady. Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians aren't worth to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Enio. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Hurry, attend me, Tataru. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you'll be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. There we go. Is that it? Here we go. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested Lahabria could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of Lahabria. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds. For through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Thank the gods you've returned, Enio. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our prisoner proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak? And of what, exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing. Say perhaps a measure of disdain for Labria. And hope for answers. But it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this Ashen until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years. There is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Orianga will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine the antecedent's pain? Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice to be in vain. Enio, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you have given the journal to Orianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. The tower will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aterite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Oh, Enia, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid! From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and a comfortable home for us as in the Waking Sun as ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us the most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Ah, that man. I can't say I've spoken into him myself. The rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land, just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you are curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if it weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have a half mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Why, it's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat, despite the relocation. With that, Enio, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as Scion, use your time to probe the depths of Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. Welcome to our new home, the Rising Stones! Isn't it lovely? But why are you standing around here talking to me? Everyone's waiting for you inside. I did not realize the Scions had moved in and moved until I arrived in Vesper Bay. Thankfully, Oranger was kind enough to direct me here. I know I've only just joined, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. As you can see, our Charlian allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. As ravishing as ever. Perhaps, for old time's sake, she would... God, Xenia, don't sneak up on me like that. We bards are an easily startled lot. Oh? You wish to help? That's very kind of you. But I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No. Montoy sauce. No, victory. Yeah, victory. So here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral. Or at least more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say it feels that different. Of course, Ida begs to differ. Isn't that wonderful, Enio? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well they will come in time, but for now, let us enjoy the respite. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean Alliance. On the contrary, the Antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! A moment of your time, Enio. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldision have been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Have they come under attack? They will most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift on the knowledge boat, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldision, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It's possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from the crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Osher? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. There must be a way to destroy them utterly. A way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Enio. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you'll be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will be enough for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Really, Krill, where are you? Your intercessions was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. Do I know you? Ah, unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garland's Empire's general, are you not? The great EnioHabev himself. Amazing. And more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity. You see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven wart could take advantage. The reward, not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rammbroes at St. Koinach's find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Why, if it isn't EnioHabev himself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first... Enio, I thought it was you. What brings you to St. Koinach's? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low on an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Enio. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well. Let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Koinach are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allagan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. But I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of the Allagan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond what Garlemald can presently achieve. Nirotolskayeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allagan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now, to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allagan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the lesser moon, Dalamud, before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were there left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues, carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we were to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, but I can think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone tempted to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you. But we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for La Nocia, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugamaru mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Alright. There we go. That wasn't too bad. This one. There we go. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastmen's strongholds? So these are the famed flawless crystals of the Beast Tribes. I've seen countless specimens from my now not many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Enio. With these in our possessions, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zahark, the war camp of the Amalja in Thanaland. The latter in Nataland, the roost of the exile in the hills of Quertas. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Enio, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? Wonderful! With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed here when we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces or the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we'll be requiring your services once again. Let's do it. Extreme difficulty. Here we go.
3 attempts later.
On it. The rock is where it needs to be at. Let's try this again. I'll try. There we go. There we go. Alright, when she yells die, die, die. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Alright, here we go. Hide behind some rocks. So far, no die just yet. Alright, here we go. Oh, here we go, there we go, B. Okay. Okay, bring over here. Yeah, I'm over here. There we go. There we go, we got it this time. Alright. We got this, I think. Oh boy. We barely survived that one, I think. Alright. Okay. We're making much progress this time. Okay, we're making much more progress this time. Okay, here we go. Next phase. There we go. There we go. Alright, we got this, I think. Making much more progress this time. Alright. I hope we can do it this time. I think we can do it. Alright. Yeah, we think we got it this time. I hope. We got it this time. Wait. We made it, I think. Alright, here we go. There we go. See, I'm getting the hang of it. Alright. Oh, get back there, get back there. Alright. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Just stay away from these circles. Have to stay away. Alright, there you go. Alright, there we go. There we go. We got this. There we go. Yes! We did it finally! Finally! Wow. That felt satisfying. Oh. Over. Oh man. Our efforts to augment Garuda's powers were met with the predicted success. It is mildly unsatisfying, then, that the Primal was thus summarily defeated. Against the Bringer of Light, it appears a heavier hand is required, and now that the focus has been discovered, it is of no consequence. Even should they understand the significance of its presence, they have no means to prevent the summonings. And the beastmen continue to crave ever more powerful avatars every time their gods fall. With each link forged in this chain of ambition, the shackles of chaos are bound even tighter. It is not for us to entertain such speculation. We are bid only to convey what we have witnessed. Let us be gone from here. Ugh, what an uncanny arrangement of bone. I have never seen its like. I could not guess for what foul ritual this object would be used. Might there be some connection to the Primal, considering the place in which it was found? I must ask that you take this grisly trophy to the Waking Sands and consult with Orianger. Perhaps he can provide some insight. Though I return from the grueling trial, Had the battle with the lady gifted thee a glimpse into the Primal's fortress of inscrutability? A ritual focus of Exalibone, home to what tainted powers I cannot say. Pray leave this curiosity with me, that I might dwell further on its nature. Garuda's unseemly strength was not fueled by crystal caches and tempered worship alone. Nay, I fear some new rite of summoning was employed. The rigid culture of the exile rarely spun at such anomaly. Methinks agents more deeply versed in primal lore have meddled here. The Ascians, for a certainty. And if those servants of darkness are afoot, they will not stop at a single tribe. Such revelations do much to explain my recent communications. Art thou prepared to struggle once more against the Beastman God? It's been really fun, guys, but it's time to head off. So anyway, guys, later everyone. Thank you, Florence, and the rest of you guys in Final Fantasy XIV Online. Thank you so much for your help, guys. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.